Hey guys, welcome to All Chat. Today we have Vinci, Timo's Field of Dreams, and Minecraft Shurima.
It's time for Summer Showcase, and first up we have a Mundo body paint by Jennifer No from Massachusetts, and this one is just kind of unusual, right, for a cosplay. Instead of having big props and stuff, she just painted herself with a giant Mundo mouth.
And she didn't just roll in purple paint and call it a day. Like, this girl's got skills. She's contouring perfectly. Shadows and highlights are just on point. And it looks great in motion too, what we saw from the video, because in pictures, you know, you can still see it's awesome, but actually seeing in motion, it has much more of a 3D effect, which is crazy.
She's also done other body paints of other characters, such as Carnage from Spider-Man. She's also done these like really creepy anime eyes. When I see them, they make me question why I like anime sometimes. And also Two-Face from Batman.
And next up we have a Nargoyle sculpture by Night Shift Cosplay from Germany.
Yeah, and they have processed pictures. They started with styrofoam balls and they covered it in Worbla, and Worbla is easily shapeable. And then eventually they covered it in a layer called gesso. And then from there, they're able to paint on it, and that's how they get those vibrant colors on Nar.
You know what else though? He would also make a really good Narden gnome. Huh? Am I right? Am I right?
That's a good pun.
They also made this adorable baby dancing group from Gardens of the Galaxy.
Apparently, they just used leftover scraps of Worbla that they just had lying around that they didn't want to waste, so they just went and decided to be creative with it. This one takes me back to my childhood because I grew up on Final Fantasy. Orchimedes from Spain created these champion portraits in the 32-bit style, and it just reminds me of like boss fights or characters that you'd use in Final Fantasy.
I want to see a 32-bit like arcade version of League of Legends.
Yeah. Oh
An
my
arcade,
God.
like League of Legends arcade would be sick.
Like them fighting a Baron or a dragon or something like that. I think that would be really cool.
With like a sweet MIDI going on in the background.
Yeah. I would love to see like Azir, because he has an Azir one, using his ulti, for example, or something like
The
that.
Katarina ult would look sick.
It would look so
anime.
awesome. I wonder if he saw the cinematics and said, you know what, that would look good in 32-bit, and created them. I wonder.
So we've seen the Blitzcrank and the Malzahar hoodies, and Erica Berman wanted more, and she made some new ones.
She hits the balance between capturing the champion and just really awesome clothing that you would wear. She wanted it to pass the grandma test, which is that you could wear that sweatshirt over your grandma's house and she goes, oh, what a lovely sweatshirt.
Right.
And then next time you go out, you're walking down the street and someone else who plays League of Legends runs up to you and goes, oh my God, that is like the coolest Fizz sweatshirt I've ever seen in my entire life. And having those two things exist within the same article of clothing is so cool. Next up, we have a submission from Robin Natalie Lau from Canada, and it's Timo Field of Dreams. There's this really nostalgic, calm, serene feeling, but it's also a little like disturbing too.
Yeah.
Like it's Timo's dream world of just death shrooms everywhere.
Everywhere.
He is fishing for blood.
He's waiting for someone, some unsuspecting character
fishing
to come
for blood.
walking through the field and
Yeah.
What if Timo just wants to create his own little garden of mushrooms and people keep stepping on
people
him?
keep ruining it for him. That's
are
a whole
ruining
new
his
take
dream.
on Timo's motivation in League of Legends. That's
That's
like,
exactly it.
this is my League of Legends nightmare.
Exactly. Timo's dream is another person's nightmare. Finally, we found something really cool on the league boards. Heliostorm decided to recreate Shurima in Minecraft. And basically, he took inspiration from the Rise of the Ascension video and decided to take the images that he found from the video and recreate them fully in Minecraft.
I think it'd be super fun to play with friends in that Shurima mod, because just having like your own character skins, you could have this adorable Moo Moo.
Yeah, I mean, if you stretched out Moo, he kind of looked like a creeper, right? So he could be little creepers running around with little Moo.
It just makes me think how awesome it would be if it was interactive, if you could walk in there and you could find Renekton in a tomb or something. Like, it's just so cool.
That's it for Summer Showcase. Please send us your original fan creations. We're always looking out for great content, and we'd love to see more.
All right, guys, now we're going to jump into BM or GG, and today we're going to talk about whether or not a truce is established when two champions are emoting at each other prior to minion spawn. I was in a game with some friends, and I was playing early in the top lane, so as soon as the game started, I kind of ran to their red side jungle, and I run into the enemy Nautilus, so I stop and emote at him and dance a little bit. He dances back, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I start dancing through their jungle, just going on a little journey, when I arrive at the raptor bush, and the entire enemy team piles out of the raptor bush on top of me. And I was like, really betrayed. I felt really betrayed.
Yeah, basically you were the lamb that got led to the slaughter, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the definition of BM, right? If you're dancing off and you start deciding that you're gonna try to kill the other person while you guys were emoting, that's kind of like if you got in a fight with, this is a guy thing, sorry, but when two dudes fight and you start fighting, you're not gonna kick the other dude in the balls.
That's
Because
just not
that's
cool.
just not cool. It's just not cool. That's a sucker punch.
And you're not going to feel good about winning that way.
Yeah, you want to win honorably. You want to say, I'm better than that, and I can still beat you.
To me, it's all GG because that's what makes the game fun. I play Teemo all the time, so of course I'm all about troll gameplay. So I might be emoting at the enemy and like gaining their trust, and then I'm talking to my own team saying, all right guys, come on, let's get them. Let's do this.
You are literally Satan.
It's fun.
To be fair, you started dancing into their jungle.
So what?
Maybe.
What else did I didn't do anything else.
Oh yeah, You weren't looking for vision. You weren't just
Nope.
happened to see where the jungler was
Didn't
starting.
place a ward. I would have put it in the raptor bush if I was looking to do that, right? That's
Maybe you
a
just didn't get
fantastic
close enough.
place
Maybe
to.
they were there because they knew you would do that.
I just don't feel like when I'm playing, it's not like, oh, I must play with honor. I'm not playing chess. I'm playing League as a furry.
Is chess the most honorable game you can
Teemo
come up with?
Teemo in a panda suit. Like, come on. You're like, I'm gonna win with honor, and you're walking around with this little.
That's true. Teemo players do not know honor.
That is very true.
So.
All right, well, Mel thinks it's GG. Josh and I think it's BM. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
Today's guest is Vinci, who's a costumer, prop fabricator, and product designer. She's here to tell us all about her life as a cosplayer and how she made her Misfortune cosplay. This cosplay is amazing, so why did you do Arcade Misfortune?
Well, I mean, I did regular Misfortune, and everyone loved that, and I loved it. It was really fun being Misfortune, so I was like, why not do arcade?
I seriously can't get over how vibrant the paint is. It looks like nail polish, like metallic nail polish or something. It's so cool.
It's candy paints, that's what they're called. So it's like candy, makes you want to lick it.
I'm a big fan of candy.
How did you first get into cosplay?
I went to Anime Expo, and I was just like a little scrub that liked anime, and I was just like, oh, look at all these people in costumes. It looks like a lot of fun, and then I was like, I'm gonna try it.
What helps you decide who you want to cosplay?
I guess it's a combination of a bunch of stuff. I'll usually like the character, so I have like a little connection with them. Also, as long as I can learn something from it.
So you brought all this stuff, but what in the world is this?
This is basically everything that was used to create my Arcade Misfortune guns.
How does that even work? Like, what's the process?
First, you have to design the prop. So for example, whenever I build any prop, I'll go into Illustrator because it helps you like figure out ahead of time what thickness everything is. So then you could break it down. This side piece was actually laser cut in 2 different layers. Once you create this form, you create the molds, which is what you're holding. You make a mold for mainly 2 reasons. One, if you want to replicate it. So for example, Arcade Misfortune, regular Misfortune, she has 2 guns of the same thing. Secondly, if you want to make it hollow, lightweight, or of a different material, then you'd make like the master out of anything. And then from there, you can just pour in your material, in which case I use resin. So then once you have it out of the mold, you bring it out, you have to clean up all the seams, sand it, fill it with like Bondo. And for this gun, for example, I have to actually add a pipe, an ABS pipe, because this isn't part of the mold. So then everything's finished, sanded, glued together. I like it, and then I paint it.
It's like super polished and refined. Very cool.
So getting into cosplay is a pretty daunting endeavor. So what would be your best piece of advice for somebody who's jumping in for the first time?
There's actually 3 pieces of advice I'd give. One is Google is like an amazing resource. There's so many tutorials left and right. You search for anything, you'll find information. 2, there's like social media groups everywhere. Facebook, you can ask somebody for help. And then 3rd is you just have to do it. You can't be afraid to try. Everyone fails at some point and you learn from your mistakes. Just try it. Trial and error. It's the best way to learn.
All right, thank you so much for being here and for giving us a lesson in cosplay.
No problem. It's a lot of fun teaching people, so it's really enjoyable.
All right, you guys, you're definitely gonna wanna check out Vinci's website and Facebook page because she's got so many more cosplays, props, and tutorials.
You guys had a lot of great comments on our last episode. Some of you pointed out that other content creators like Bro Fresco and Foxdrop also did the Blindfoldedly Sin. Well, we dug up links and put them in the description.
Grim Reaper asked, why is Zack and Ribbon even a thing? Makes no sense. Well, let me tell you a story. On the Battle Bunny Ribbon splash art, you can see Zack looking up with adoration, and the community rolled with it. One thing led to another, and they got married.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, you'd see why their relationship would gel.
You guys had a ton to say about last episode's BM or GG. A fair amount of you are on Josh and my side saying less chit chat, more winning.
Not everybody though, because Shavender1999 says whenever he plays Heartseeker Ash, he always types, "Love is in the air." And then Leanne's made a lot of friends in all chat.
And then you have someone like that band kid who likes to use all chat to give his enemy props.
Lee Sin wrote in, "Hi, I'm Lee Sin."
Hi,
Lee
Sin.
Sin.
Nicholas says, I wanted to ask you guys, do you ever quote your champions that you play out loud?
I mean, sometimes actually, when I play Twitch, I love to copy his quotes, you know, like sneaky, sneaky, or like dee 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 dee, you know, that sort of thing. Flirtful Perf writes, so what you're telling me is all chat doesn't use all chat?
Well, that's it for our show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and send us your stuff. And now, here's the last law.
No, Kitty, no.
Has been slain. Dominating.
And I didn't die.
Oh, you didn't die in that
I didn't
gank.
die
Okay.
in that gank. Two of my teammates did, and I just pieced. I was like,
But did
and then
you-
I got yelled at by my team because it's ranked 5s, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, we're starting off so far behind." I was like, "Don't look at me, I didn't die."
Yeah.
But
This
did
is
you
not my
type in
fault.
all chat and say, BB, why?
I did not. No BBYs.